Alright, today we're going to talk about heat stoichiometry, which is the last thing of stoichiometry that we have to talk about, promise, and how we convert those between moles. So our learning goal is to convert between enthalpy, moles, grams, and volume. So the biggest thing that we're going to be focusing on today is this kilojoules in the middle. And what that says is that we're going to use coefficients from the balance equation to get from kilojoules to moles. And once you know moles, you can go anywhere. You can go to mass, you can go to volume, you can go to particles, whatever you're looking for. Some other things that you need to know: when enthalpy is positive, that means that heat's a reactant. It's in the reactants. And you've got an endothermic reaction. Positive enthalpy, endothermic, because energy is going into the system. On the flip side, if your delta H is negative, your enthalpy is negative, your heat's a product. It's on the product side, and it's exothermic because energy is going out. So there's some tricky things about negative enthalpy that we got to talk about. So yes, negative enthalpy means that energy is released, and you can drop the negative if you add was released after your energy number. But that negative also makes it really complicated when we multiply and divide things because it makes things negative. So if you were calculating for mass, volume, or moles, you can make the negative a positive for calculation purposes. You don't have to do this for energy, but for mass, volume, or moles, got to do it. Because that's the only way that we can account for we can't have negative mass. That means that we lost mass, and law of conservation of energy says we can't lose mass. So for calculation purposes, you can make the negative a positive. Some other things to know: you're going to see this guy, he's always going to come with the balanced equation if you have to use it. And this is your enthalpy, our change in energy. That's not spelled right, but it's okay. And you see how it says mole reaction right there? That means you're going to look at the reaction to get the moles. And if you forgot, no number means 1. So I got 1 mole of H2, 1 mole of F2, and 2 moles of hydrofluoric acid. And we might need to use this one at some point in time, converting between joules and kilojoules. You might see a question on your test about that.